There's no way to have a healthy conversation when it's coming from a place of anger.
We have to agree that maybe we've just reached our end. And it doesn't have to be like, I hate you. I think that's the best way to end a friendship, or even not really end the friendship, but just, we probably have outgrown each other.
At some point in time, we might be able to connect again and be like, oh shit, like I don't really know what happened, life, whatever, right. Let's link back up. But it doesn't mean that the friendship is done.
True. That's true.
However, now, I do feel like more often than not, ghosting is an option that is taken. It's either extremely confrontational or ghosting.
And still, I feel no pressure. Surrounded by dogs, giving you game, we giving you lecture. Say thank you to God, we got another day to be better. And if it get hard, just need another day with the fellas. We bout to give you that work. Say your name in like it's church. We finna give you that work. Just like Serena, we serve. You want the truth by your shirt. My phone get fly like birds. But we all lost boys, no search.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Nun The Wizer podcast. I am here with my good group of family. We got the head honcho over here.
Hey.
Trip.
Head honcho.
Yeah, see? That's good, right?
Yeah.
Big dog.
You know what I'm saying? Audio extraordinaire. Mr. Podcast Poe. We got Miss Amara on the camera holding it down. And we got your host, Walkstradamus, always on it and honest, in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, we are extending our conversation from our previous podcast about friend breakups because I don't think we got into the nitty gritty of it.
Nah.
So much more.
So much more to talk about.
We finished and I was like, nah.
He was like, nah, I got so much more to say. So
that was a good conversation though.
It really was.
I did enjoy that. I think that you guys will enjoy it too. And then this one only gets more realer.
So since Trip, you wanted to extend this episode, I think that you should get us to where we need to go.
No, I feel like overall we did a really good job with the conversation from last week, but we didn't even get to touch on.
We didn't get to touch a lot of stuff.
The proper way that friends should break up. Is there a proper way? Like,
yes.
So how do you? All right, if you had to give
you give me your
breakdown of how
proper friendship breakup.
I think a proper friendship breakup it has to be amicable, right? We have to agree that maybe
amicable.
Amicable.
It's amicable.
I know. I'm just being.
I said it wrong.
No, you said it right.
Oh,
I said it wrong. You know,
amicable.
You know how Trip did.
Plethora.
I said that shit the other day. Somebody, I was dying.
I only say it that way now.
Like,
only. So
potato.
Exactly. It's got to be amicable. Like we have to agree that maybe we've just reached our end, and it doesn't have to be like, I hate you. I think that's the best way to end a friendship, or even not really end the friendship, but just we probably have outgrown each other, or just grown opposite of each other, right? And
is there a healthy way to have that conversation?
I feel like that sounds like
it sounds
that's
good.
a perfect
He's
word.
saying like it doesn't have to be nasty.
No, it doesn't sometimes.
Yeah.
But what happens when it's already nasty?
I think maturity it depends on the age. It depends on, I guess, the maturity of each individual. It's like, I feel like if I was gonna separate from a friend that I have deep love for, it's like, bro, I just feel like, again, maybe we've argued too much to where it's gotten to a point where there's resentment, and I love you too much for that. So I'd rather us just not even further the relationship, but just know that I love you and I'm rooting for you from this side. But if we stay together and it's the way that it is.
I had this energy when we had our falling out, right?
I didn't want us to be over.
No, I agree.
I still wanted you.
I
wasn't over you.
I think that our situation that we already talked about last week, and then on the intro video, so you guys will get a lot of the dynamics. But I think that that's a perfect situation because unfortunately, shit just happened the way that it happened.
Right.
And obviously, especially again, hindsight, we can literally see how things kept stacking up.
Mm-hmm.
But when the final, not final, but when it finally got to that point, it was just all right. It was too late to even say, yo, bro, this ain't
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Before
think
you know it, suck my dicks was all over the place.
right, and that's what I wanted to address. And it wasn't all over the place. It was coming from one direction. But anyway,
now we both that energy was real on both sides. He just didn't go.
He
just didn't say that.
Okay, he didn't verbalize that.
But he basically did, because that's the only reason why I said that.
No way.
He said it in a very nice way.
No.
And I was like, what?
No. I know what I said to you. I said, stop being a diva. That's what I said to him. I said, stop being a diva.
That.
He's like,
That's calling me a bitch, right?
He's like, did you just call me a whole ass nigga in front of my friends? Suck my dick.
You're arguing with it. I'm real shit. If you're arguing with,
If you call me a diva, nigga,
that's calling me a bitch.
Yeah, I'm like,
it's different.
Nah, it's wild. If we're having an argument, you call me a diva. You might
That's
as well
calling me a bitch.
You might as well.
I would take it as a compliment. So I'm glad you
You're
think I look
a
good.
woman.
You're as a girl. I'm pretty
Can
sure.
we take her mic? That's why women.
There, she just got one.
Yeah,
There's shots everywhere right
That
now.
was a compliment. He was giving you a compliment.
No, that ain't no.
No,
compliment.
I understood fully what he meant at that moment too.
Yeah.
Because if I was his angry translator, what he really said is, "You being a bitch."
No, that in our reality, that was literally how I felt. Like when he said that, that's why I was like, "Nigga, what? Who's on the phone with us? Rob? Silas?
Silas, maybe. Yeah. Silas. Yep.
I would have loved to be a fly on that wall.
No, I don't.
Nah, it was.
Please,
it was.
you would have definitely been a fly on the wall.
It was
Because I referred to him a few times on the phone, like, bro, when we spoke prior, I said blah blah blah. Yeah.
Wait, Silas on the phone? You already all right? So yeah,
Let's skip.
So okay, here's the interesting thing about the commentary you just said. You said there was a whole bunch of stuff said, and I think that's the part that's not being acknowledged.
Yeah,
there's no way to have a healthy conversation when it's coming from a place of anger.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, so I think that's the unrealistic part of it, because it's like, how many times have you had a situation where you didn't want the friendship to end or whatever the case may be, and then you just seen that the directions were going left and right or whatever, and you're like, you know what, I think it's time to have a conversation.
Right.
No one does that shit in real life.
But I think that once the emotion subsides, that's when it's kind of just like, all right, we kind of both overdid it.
But I'm saying, but
if
that's
one
to
person is
rebuild
saying-
the. Usually, that's in a space of rebuilding a friendship.
Sometimes it's not, because sometimes you realize, hey, this person's not my cup of tea, and I don't need to talk to them anymore.
That's fair.
So
Did we touch on ghosting?
No, let's talk about
Because that's kind of, I think that's a good segue into like whether or not that's the most healthy, and not so much like where we never speak again, but slowly but surely, right? It like the text go from let's link to like, hey, how you doing?
Nah.
Hope all is well.
Though and I think I touched on this last topic, last episode. Us just casually, like the conversation just fizzing out, or whatever you want to call it.
Is that considered ghosting?
But no, I don't think it's ghosting, and I don't think that that's necessarily a breakup. At some point in time, we might be able to connect again and be like, oh shit, like I don't really know what happened, life, whatever, right. Let's link back up. But it doesn't mean that the friendship is done.
True. That's true.
However, now I do feel like more often than not, ghosting is an option that is taken. It's either extremely confrontational or ghosting. Like it's, for me, at least from what I've seen.
yeah,
Either we're butting the fuck, heads, or I'm gonna just stay the fuck over here, you stay over there, and subs. The good old subs.
no subs.
Yeah, but like it's sad because that's always a part of because, and here's why it makes sense now. Wow, it's all making sense. But
all you need is a good old podcast to make it make sense.
Subs come when the ghosting happens, right? Because you're essentially like left without any clarity, right?
Yep.
There's no sense of like, all right.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just, you're sitting here trying to figure out what the fuck happened, what went wrong. So now you're like, oh, well, I'm gonna share this because this person was moving weird towards me. This person did that towards me. And you clearly want to express how you feel.
Right. And I think that's where your portion comes in. Where that's probably, instead of subbing,
time.
that's when
the best time to have that conversation.
Yeah, during that time. But why do we choose the former of doing subs versus the latter of being responsible and actually having the conversation?
Ego.
Oh yeah, ego, emotions.
Ego, pride.
Yeah, pride for sure.
How many times have there been situations where it's like, I'm not finna hit him up first? I'm not gonna be the one. Like, I'm
gonna justify the shit of why I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah. Facts.
That's crazy.
Like, I done hit him up 3 times within the last 17 years.
I'm tired of being a bigger person. Look, being a bigger person is really exhausting though. Like, especially
it is, and it gets to a point where you're like, you know what? I'm on my little nigga shit today. Fuck this.
For me, it's just like, do you value me as much as I value you?
Right.
And I feel like if I have to be the one that keeps having to be the person that's above, and what did Obama say? When they go high, when they go low, you go high. That shit's exhausting.
Yeah.
Every time. Like, y'all don't want to go high. Y'all just want to get high.
But
So I'm not gonna hold you. Like, that's something that I really, 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 really strive to get to.
I don't know.
I would love to be in a space where, like, what did Jesus say? Turn out the cheek. Like,
You said Jeezy or Jesus?
Jesus.
I heard Jeezy. I heard Jeezy.
I'm like, what song is that?
He definitely didn't say that.
Yeah.
But no, like, just
Wait, I'm like, wait a minute.
that's ideal, obviously, to handle the situation where it's like, honestly, this shit really doesn't faze me. But again, the reality of the situation is,
I just don't buy into that notion of just turning the other cheek, because it's like,
I don't
think it's turning the other cheek because you want to have a conversation. You can just say what you have to say. It's not like you got to be like, I'm sorry for something that you think you didn't do.
But let's be real though, right? If you are having a situation with a friend, you guys are bumping heads or whatever, you guys already been in a weird space, right? And then they hit you up to say, yo, honestly, like, how I'm feeling, I don't think that we're on the same page. What is your reaction gonna be, like, in our reality?
If I feel the same way?
No, even if you didn't, like,
I understand the question, and
nigga,
I'm like, what the fuck out of here?
Y'all are childish. No,
nigga, what the fuck are we talking about?
no, y'all.
I'm like, you bring absolutely nothing.
Now we're gonna have all the conversation.
I already see where this was going, because
Okay.
that's why I say I can't turn the other cheek, because it's
But
like,
it's just like,
how
hey.
dare you? How dare you? I'm over here, nigga, trying to put all this shit together, and you're like, you know what? I really don't see this going anywhere.
Bitch, fuck
because of you.
You gave up on me like the rest of them did. Nah, fuck out of here.
Yeah, no.
Like Linda, Alicia. Like,
No, dead ass. I'm totally with you there, bro. So,
I mean, like,
clearly I
I'm
need to grow
joking,
up.
but at the same time,
I'm not.
like,
I feel like you're being serious.
I'm dead serious.
I'm partially being serious because, again, like, I'm really trying to think. If we had a disconnect and you hit me up to be like, yo, bro, like, respectfully, nigga, if you don't get the fuck off my line, I'm grown as fuck, you're grown as fuck, I don't need no explanation. Fuck you.
That's crazy.
Why is that crazy? Please explain.
I feel like
go ahead.
There's room for understanding, not necessarily
I
reconciliation.
understand you got me fucked up.
So listen. Hear me out, Amara. Hear me out, right? So either you're gonna handle it the way that I just said you're gonna handle it, or you're gonna say okay, and it's gonna fester with you. It's gonna bother you, and you're gonna end up saying all of this shit on the status anyway.
Right.
But I'm saying, if you go to a person and say, "Hey, can we have a talk?" Cool. You know what I'm saying? You're setting, the room of, "Hey, we're just gonna have a conversation." We're not connected right now. It's like,
if your boyfriend,
you're going into the conversation all wrong.
If your boyfriend hits you up to say,
Yeah.
"Can we have a talk?" and he hits you with "This ain't working no more. We're not on the same page."
That's a fuck you. But
First of all, don't even hit me on something. We got to talk.
right.
Yeah, we gotta talk. I always feel like
anytime
I'm
you
in
say
trouble.
we gotta talk,
I'm
fucks up the whole.
do not disturb. Boop.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
Or no, I'm gonna call right away.
Oh yeah.
We're
No,
not
I'm
waiting.
not
We're
big
not
on that.
We're not.
Yeah,
I don't have the
talk
patience for that. Yeah.
on Thursday.
Yeah, no.
the 25th. No, that's true. No,
I don't want to.
I mean, but you
honestly,
can have
no
a
bullshit. I don't even
conversation
want
on
to give
the
you
phone.
room to collect your thoughts.
Yeah,
if
no.
that's-
Call me right now. And
My anxiety is way too
I don't
crazy.
want, because one, you are putting yourself in a position that's going to put me in a position that's here, because you ready, because we need to talk, and you're gonna get
got
all
your
your
shit
shit together.
together.
Yeah, no,
Hell no.
yep,
No,
nah.
calm me
I don't got
down.
no supporting facts.
No.
Fuck
Yeah,
outta
yeah,
here.
nah.
I don't even know what
Thought about
I don't know
that
what we're
before they hit
talking
you up,
about.
You don't think that they thought about that before they hit you up, though?
But they're not ready for that phone call.
I think.
Who's not?
You may be.
Anybody hitting somebody
Hold on,
up
but
to say,
I think
we need
this.
to talk.
I think if it's gotten to a point where we already kind of like fizzed out, you don't got to hit me up to explain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you hit me up.
That's offended me.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
what?
yeah.
I already got the picture. Like,
Yeah,
why are you hitting me up?
Don't overestimate your position in my life anymore.
I'm like, oh, you
So,
thought
like,
it was that important that you had to tell me that you were leaving?
Y'all are puffing out y'all chest so far right now.
No.
Really calm down.
No. What I'm saying is this: it depends on the person. Like again, when me and Trip fell out, I was hurt. Hey, dog. When me and Trip fell out,
it's always somebody.
I was hurt. So like, I wanted us to have a conversation at some point. It was like, I'm not gonna hit him up, or I hope he hits me up, or we'll see if it happens, blah, blah, blah. But like, if someone else that I really did not care to continue that relationship regardless hits me up, like, yo, bro, honestly, I think, nigga, yeah. Like,
but we're talking about
if I was to
friendship
hit
that
you up
matters.
and say, yo, we need to address it. Like, I just don't feel like we're on the same page. You're gonna be like, bro,
yeah, because
already.
I think we're on the same page. We're not speaking.
Right. No, we're on the same page.
Sucks,
we haven't
but-
spoken in a year or two, or however long it's been. So like,
But
it's like we're on
closure, like a relationship.
But who is he closing for? Himself?
No, but
Or herself?
I feel like
Then write in your fucking journal, son. Don't
Can we-
call me.
That's not
Let's
safe.
talk about that. Let's talk about that because I like that.
That was not a shot, by the way.
Closure.
I was gonna ask that too. Is in what situations do you need closure, and which ones don't you need closure?
That's fair. I like that question.
I really do like that question because we could talk about this in a friendship standpoint, excuse me, and also relationship standpoint. Because I'm personally somebody like most of the time, I don't think that closure is necessary. I don't think that it really does much besides, okay, we had the conversation. Like, I just don't feel like
I don't align with that. I am a person that likes to be like, I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know, even if I don't like the result.
You like a definite
I'm like
certainty.
I'm like, that's stupid as fuck. But at least I know it's stupid as fuck. I know.
So what I'm saying is, all right, I'm dating a girl. Things go left for whatever reason. We agree, like it's a mutual breakup, which is a whole nother topic. But yeah, mutual breakup, right? I don't feel it or find it necessary for me to then go back and have another conversation and figure out how and why we got to that point. That's what I'm saying.
I think if
It's good to be reflective.
I know.
It's good to
don't do that.
It's good to be reflective.
I think it only matters if it's bothering you. Like, you know, if you don't care, then it's like, why you don't care. But if the person that's on the receiving end of that is like, damn, I really want to understand like how we got to this point. Like, then I think that makes sense. Like, I can understand why people would want that closure. They may not agree with the end result, but it's like, at least I know. Maybe I didn't see myself in the light you see me in, and maybe I have some self-reflection that I need to do.
Perfect.
And, yeah.
Okay, so at some point you had a situation where you needed to get closure.
Yeah.
You went back, had a conversation. In all reality, do you feel like that conversation did something for you?
For me, yes.
For me as well. I would say yes. Absolutely.
Hey, I mean,
For me, I'm a person, first of all, I don't like to be on bad terms with people. I don't like to leave things nasty. You know, you go your separate way, I'll go my separate way. If I loved you at one point, I want you to do well, you know, don't have to be with me.
right.
Because clearly we're at this point.
That takes a mature person.
Right. But it's just like at the end of the day, I'm not a perfect person. So I want to see what happened. And maybe you can tell me what happened with you. Because right now I'm angry. And I don't want to be angry. It's a nasty
Feeling.
festering. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I think for me personally, like that closure helps me not carry that to somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, again,
I like
they
that.
seen something that made them disperse, right? And it's like, maybe I'm not seeing that thing. And maybe that thing really exists in me that I don't know.
Right.
And I want to know that, you know, even if I don't agree, I can at least look in and be like, you know what? Maybe I do need to rectify or correct some of these things because I do carry some of those things, maybe unintentionally or without caring about, you know what I mean? So I do, the closure thing definitely helps. But again, I don't need closure from everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And I
definitely.
think that's more so like my stance.
Yeah.
Again, sometimes I get it, but overall, it's not something I need for
But
everyone.
again, it's like, how much do you value that person?
Right.
Because that person is like why I would want closure, because there was value. I appreciate it. You know, it sucks
And
how we
then
got
I
to
was
this
just-
point.
yeah.
But, you know, give me closure so I can accept whatever it was. And like you said, hey, if you move on, obviously you're going to go through life and do your thing. But at least I know I got something out of it where I can understand myself better. It's not necessarily for them at this point.
Yeah.
It's always for yourself.
I think that I like the idea of closure a lot better or more when it comes to friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Usually with a breakup, chances are...
It's very clear.
I know.
It's that's facts. It's like,
I know, but
it's not like you need to know why. Like, it's not like, oh, like, why did you break up with me? Because, you know, a lot of the times it's like, oh, you cheated on me. That's why I broke up with you. You know what I'm saying?
So what would closure look like with a situation like that? Like what?
I think that, again, if you cared about the person, said, hey, I really felt this way. Let's say there was something that you didn't express the whole time or something. Or maybe they didn't express, but they like unknowingly felt it, like kind of like
I'll give you a perfect example. One of the breakups that I had was like, I lacked affection. I'm not a very openly affectionate person. I'm a lot better than it now than I was then. But had I not been able to hear, hey, you know, these are the things that I was looking for and you weren't able to express them or give them to me, I couldn't deny that because when she was pointing them out, I'm like, yeah, that's me. And I would use the shows, well, I didn't grow up that way, and give all these excuses. But it's like, again, if that's your love language and you're not receiving that, I can totally understand why you would want to move on because you're not receiving something you're looking for. So,
okay, so how does closure affect the dynamic of a friends breakup, whatever?
For me, I guess how the thing is, the breakup is like, is it breaking up or are you trying to correct it? Because I think the closure thing doesn't really matter if you're not trying to do anything afterwards.
So that's what I'm saying with both sides, right? That's how I feel with both sides. If we are done, what point like does closure do? What does that conversation?
I think the same way he feels about relationships is the same way that you can feel about a friendship. I feel like it's synonymous to each other.
It could definitely be synonymous.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think like
at least if you're in a healthy relationship, they're your friend.
Yeah,
you know, exactly. Before anything, but
and I mean, and that's the thing is like if you really were friends with someone, and I don't know, like I'm trying to think if I had a healthy breakup. Have you ever had a healthy breakup with a friend where you felt like, you know what?
I don't think I've ever had a healthy breakup in general.
I've never had a healthy breakup.
Yeah, mine's is always a little, you know,
really?
They're always a
little hot. I've never been in a situation where I'm just like, I see this is not going anywhere. Time to have a conversation. It's like.
Yeah, nah. And not for nothing. I mean, in the more manipulative days of my past, like I feel like I've stayed away from closure to keep doors open.
Ooh.
That sounds toxic.
Yeah. Oh no. Of course it is.
Open.
No, but honestly, even that because
to keep a door open because now, I'm sorry. Like I was not, you know. That's why I just
but closure is supposed to be for closure. Like,
no. But the manipulative ways, like
if you hit somebody up and say, "Yo, no bullshit, I was a really terrible dude, and I really had some self-reflecting, and I just want to see like where your mindset was at, how you feel." Chances are, you may be able to
listen. You deserved more. My way into a lot of.
Okay. That's when you put your big boy pants on and act like a man and use that conversation for what the conversation is for.
No, of course. I did. My intention, which I actually no. Again, there were times where like closure and you deserve more, and my apologies for again like doing that to you and like all that like it worked in a way that it wasn't supposed to, if you will.
Because you had ulterior motives.
Not all the time. I didn't always lead with them. But there were
I don't know why it doesn't seem believable for me.
What do you mean?
I feel like you knew what you were doing.
No, I think
you knew that there was a chance that you were going to get back with them.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. So, well, no, but that's not my responsibility.
Here we go.
Come back here. Thank you. No, what I'm saying is this. There are times where, yes, I was being manipulative. Yes, I was young at some point, right?
There you go.
I was
20 years ago, right?
Yeah, like it was mad long.
Like at least 15.
Okay.
Same conversation all the time.
Right.
At least
32 years.
You're
All
not
right,
gonna
so
keep using this age shit to get out of your bullshit.
no, but what I'm saying,
definitely wasn't 15
is
years
no.
ago.
But there were plenty of times where I've went with the noble, you know, and I was like, nah, I was trying to end things, and they was like more intrigued by how I did it. That it was like, well, you don't have to go.
Okay, well, you can just say, well, I do. This is like,
Well,
she's throwing it at me.
Yeah, no.
I have my
manipulative part.
This conversation is,
yeah.
hindsight.
Yeah. No, it's definitely hindsight.
you know.
No, but that's funny though. But
All right, so far as like breakups, options, what do we have?
Asking for closure or calling for closure, right?
I guess
We have ghosting.
Okay,
ghosting,
We have confrontation.
confrontational breakups.
And then we have the mature is close.
fizz.
No, the mature. Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah, I think
in the
that's-
fizz. Yeah, yeah.
I think the fizz is the more realistic one.
I agree.
that happens more often.
Yeah.
I feel like that
More common
just
for
seems
sure.
more
I don't
common.
agree.
Well, that or
think
confrontation. I think
it's
they're half and
either
half. Yeah.
it's either let it be. I mean, shit. To me, it's between the three of those. The ghosting too.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
ghosting.
I don't know about I feel like the ghosting one is the least one. Like,
I feel like ghosting, like I said, it almost always ends in confrontation.
Have
It
you ever?
starts with like, oh, this bitch is weird. I ain't fuck with her no more. Then they're asking questions.
yeah, that's true.
Have you been ghosted before?
From a
Absolutely.
friend's
Absolutely. Let me tell you a story.
friend wise.
Friend wise. So it was a person. So it was one of those situations like we're not close friends, but it's like you ever move somewhere and you know someone because they're close to you. They live in the proximity.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't live here before. Now I live here. Oh, you live here too? So you kind of gain a relationship.
No.
Thank you. Well, that's what happened to me. I moved to Randolph, and this was like years back, and it was like somebody I knew like from the party scene, and I was like, oh shit, you live near me. So we hung out more often because, you know, they live close. So me being who I am, like, brother wasn't working at the time. I'm like, yeah, bro, let me help you with your resume and do that and this and the third. Nigga did some weird shit and cuffed the weed from one of my mans, and then my mans was like hitting me up for the nigga. I don't even cuff weed from you. Why would you?
Why you hitting
why
me
would
up?
you hit me up? He's like, that's your man's. Okay,
Right.
Jesus is our Lord and Savior. That doesn't mean I'm gonna just take up for all y'all sins, nigga. But anyway, so
Crazy.
this dude winded up like getting a job and like benefiting off of all my help. And I never heard from the nigga again.
That was your role in his life.
So it was just like, holy
Using your
shit.
ass.
The
They
nigga really
utilized
ghosted
you.
me. And I think that's the first and only time I ever experienced being ghosted. I'm just like, I didn't invest into it too much because I'm like, you bring no value to my life. Like, but
Right.
it was just weird that it happened. Like, nigga, I just put you on.
Yeah.
And now, you know, so yeah. Very weird.
I mean, yeah, most of my situations end up being confrontational.
I would only imagine why.
I mean, as I said
I mean,
last
you telling them that
when we
you're
talked
gonna
about
punch
it
them in the
last
face
week.
is-
Yeah, no. But like, let's just clarify that because I thought about that after we talked, and I don't jump straight to it becoming a violent situation. Like maybe once upon a time, yes, but at least over the last few years, like it's a situation
15 years?
that the last few years, it's a situation that once a certain energy, and I think that everybody understands the energy, like once the dynamic starts to change and you start to talk to me a certain kind of way, and it's like,
You're getting
this sounds crazy, but like you're trying.
Yeah, you're pushing the envelope right now.
Yeah, like the best word is like, you know, chest, bucking of your chest. Like
Yeah.
once that hits there, okay, now we can have a different conversation because you're not going to talk to me crazy.
Yeah.
You're not going to be like this. You're not going to be like that. No. But yeah, it takes shit to get to that point.
Yeah.
It doesn't just click and I'm threatening you.
So have you been on the receiving end of being ghosted more, or have you been the ghoster?
Friendship wise,
Yeah, friendship wise, we don't.
yeah.
Let's not get into that.
Right.
Damn.
I feel like you get ghosted.
You feel like I do?
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like unless it's like a confrontation, like because you're very confrontational. Like as far as you want to know what their problem is.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not that, like I feel like they'd be scared. Like
Yeah, I could see somebody not answering.
No. I know I have one person very specifically in mind who kind of handled it like that. And just again avoiding and like instead of being direct.
Right.
So yeah, I mean,
do you think that you're intimidated? 'Cause, I mean, I'm not an easily intimidated person, but do you think that you're intimidating? I've been told many times that I'm very intimidating.
No, I think obviously, yeah. I mean, I could definitely understand somebody saying I'm intimidating.
Do you think that your intimidation is like, I didn't even want to ghost this nigga, but I'm like scared?
Say that one more time.
Like, I didn't even want to ghost this nigga, but I'm like scared to approach him.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the reality of the situation is, again, when you've been a certain type of way and you're known to like pop off or whatever the case is, tell it how it is, be blunt, whatever you want to call it. I mean, that naturally creates somebody being like, And I'm that person myself too. I can definitely be intimidated by people as well. So I get it.
I definitely feel like I've been put like, I don't really know how to not be straightforward. It's a weird thing to be to like beat around the bush and do all that. It's like,
but I don't think you're intimidating. I feel like you do it in such oh, he's so nice.
I try to do it in a very respectful way because at the end of the day, the people that I first off, don't even start, bro. Don't even start. You have no room to be.
I mean, I can talk about myself and say
our relationship is different.
I'm telling you.
In most cases, not us, because we're different. In most cases, I try to take with you. I feel like I have to be a little bit more because I'm like, you ain't gonna say it just upon me, nigga. We the same, so it's different. But I'm saying most people that like I wouldn't do that to Vonnie because I feel like Vonnie wouldn't receive it well. Like. Not only know, like, I'm not trying to make you sound like
I'll play.
You know what I mean? Like, Vonnie's a lot nicer.
Yeah.
We're not necessarily the most nicest people when we get there. So when I know you're there, I'm like, oh, we there together.
I feel like they'll get there very fast.
Very fast. And that's why I gotta get there. I gotta get there right with him. So
I don't get there very fast. Shit be happening.
Very fast. But in most cases, I try to acknowledge who people are at like. You know, I just try to read the room most times. So it's like, I'm not going to approach you the same way I would approach Vonnie or the same way I approach like Eddie North or whomever I'm having an interaction with because people just receive shit differently. You know what I mean? Like we could clash heads, but we know at the end of the day, like we have the same goal in mind. And not to say that we don't, but it's like, I know you're not a confrontational person. So it's like, I wouldn't come at you confrontational.
Wait, why do you guys think that?
Bro, every time we call you out on anything, you get so uncomfortable.
That's not true.
It's not a lie. So what is it?
So I think what he's saying is like, especially with communication, your style is not aggressive.
Yeah, okay, that's what you're not not confrontational. You're not.
I'm hella confrontational.
Person. But
I'm not. Yeah,
even your approach is very like
soft.
Not soft. I would say diplomatic.
No, I didn't mean like
they don't
soft,
respect
like
you
that.
at all. Niggas called you pussy. Niggas said you a hoe.
You have a very diplomatic approach that. Even coming from me who tries to be in that space, like even like, you know, we've had conversations and meetings where it's just like, you know, you're seeing everyone's point of view. I'm not always going in that route.
Yeah.
It's like, this how I feel. I want you to see how like this looks to everyone else.
You could be a politician.
Listen, some may never know
The
the violence it took to become this calm.
This is why
you understand what I'm saying.
Nigga said this is why we don't give you a lot of camera time.
Yo, nah, really. Come on, man. Yo, I'm gonna start turning up.
But nah, like you're not a very aggressive person, so it's like it would almost feel like I'm bullying you to like come at you like that. Whereas I know this nigga's about to be right back at me, so I don't feel as like bad about it.
The first issue that we had, I let you get your shit off, and you kept going, and you kept going.
And we was going collectively, nigga.
No, you kept going. I kept explaining to you, yo, bro, it wasn't like, look at my phone right now. It's upside down. And you kept going. And then after a while, I got to the point.
Cold as fuck. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I just told you I'm on the way. Oh, look, my phone's on. I don't give a fuck if it's on the ceiling. Get it off the ceiling, nigga. It's cold. I'm walking through the snow. You know I'm coming.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Several times to me, like, yo, bro, my phone was down. You know where we're at. Like, we had this meeting planned.
And the door was locked. You had to let me in.
And he kept going and kept going. After a while, it's like, all right. I think, what, I paused the music or something? Like, all right, my nigga. Like,
so what's up?
I let you get your shit off. I tried to over-explain for you, but, like, you keep going. So, like.
I was hot and cold.
Y'all both like to drag it.
I'm like,
Yes. I don't
cut
care.
this shit. Like,
I was already in my, I'm like, nigga, I already got to trudge through this goddamn snow. The least you could do is answer your goddamn phone. But you know, that lasted all of maybe the 15 minutes we argued, and we was right back to smoking weed and doing all that stuff before, you know, I quit. Yeah. So I don't even know how we would, I don't even know if we could ever like be a friend breaker. I don't know how that would work.
Life happens.
Yeah, that is.
Life happens.
Anyway, right. Knock on his wood. If you don't want to be friends with us anymore, say that. So we got ghosting.
Yep.
Which what we didn't get to you for your ghosting. Are you more of a ghostee or a ghoster?
In friendships?
In friendships. I feel like you're more of a ghostee. I feel like you're so like nonchalant about it. No pun intended.
You think I just wait like I was ghosted and I was cool with it?
Yeah.
What?
I feel like that happens more than you ghosting people.
No, I think he just ghosts people and just avoids it. It's like, you know what?
Yeah,
I don't
think no. I don't.
He's like, damn, I ain't talked to her in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Nah,
this song fire.
Yeah, I'm not a ghoster, or I don't think I've ever been ghosted.
So what happens?
I'm a fizzer.
It just stops.
It starts off with like every day, and then it's like, yo, bro, calling, checking on you. Then it's like, yo, hope all's well. Then it was like,
what about that
Merry
situation
Christmas
with
Is it a friend?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Because
let's play it safe here.
So let's calm down.
It was a mutual friend that I think I connected.
Okay.
To.
Do we go into? Yes, I was ghosted.
Yeah. I know. You hit me up like,
I would love to discuss that.
All right, camera's on you, my boy.
Yeah, no, that.
Can I say names? Hey, yo, no. I'm not flaming. I'm not flaming.
Nah, only because, like,
I know. I'm not gonna.
Where we're at is just all reality.
Yeah.
You don't even get the time of motherfucking day no more.
Yeah.
Am I aware of this person?
Yes,
probably.
And you should be. I might have explained it to you before. So at some point, I was really cool with this person, platonically. We were great friends. A woman.
Yep.
Okay,
I see where it's going.
And again, like we was mad cool.
I thought you said
smash.
Oh, nah.
Smashing sometimes.
No.
That was cool as fuck.
Nah, we was mad cool. Like, she used to lend help with, you know, things that I was doing in my, you know, artistic expression and things like that. And I would lend help as far as like advice and any other thing like that. And then I actually was interested. So I asked this person if they would be interested in managing me, and they said that they're not interested in managing any artist. To which I said, I understand respectable artists can be a lot. Myself being one of those people. And then Walk began to manage me, and then as we started going and things started moving, that person, I don't know, they just ghosted me. They were upset because...
You said, what, you asking everybody now?
Yeah, well, they were upset with me because I had somebody else managing me. Mm-hmm. To which I said, wait, but you said that you weren't interested in managing, and that you would still continue to help wherever you could. And I accepted that help. But the moment that I got a manager and was expecting you to do what you said you was going to do, you just didn't even have a conversation. To where I was texting, hey, what's up, blah, 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 nothing. I would call, and then at one point, it was after like 2 weeks or something like that, she was like, oh, sorry I haven't reached out to you. I'm just trying to like figure out where I am with everything and blah, blah, blah. I feel like you kind of like did me dirty. It's something along those lines. It was a long time ago.
Fucking victim.
And then, not definitely.
Feel like that's ghosting.
It was because she completely stopped. Like that was that explanation came weeks later.
Yeah.
And I was like, we were just talking like damn near like multiple times a week. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like nothing changed as far as like I didn't disrespect that person, they didn't disrespect me. So I was like, what would happen?
And I'm gonna say this and then move on. That person was actually very, very like I dealt with that same thing for years with that person. Now, obviously, the dynamic was a little weirder. Yeah. We did have physical dealings in middle school. In middle school, one time we, whatever.
Yeah.
But she said, I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. So, but anyhow, the point is like, we were actually friends. Like we built a friendship after that. But literally, I kid you not, once or twice a year.
Well, I know we would talk about it.
Every 2 years, the same old shit. So yeah, that's their MO. In that case, yeah, I've been ghosted a lot.
So
I've
you
been
guys are more ghosties than ghosters.
Yes.
And in terms of friendship, like I'm not the type of person that just stops talking to people just for no reason at all. Like if I have a reason, chances are I try to be direct and address it. Yo, bro, this is my problem. Da 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 da. However it goes after that, it goes. But like I don't. Yeah. No.
So here's my next question. As someone, we're all older now. I feel like friendships are a lot harder to kind of just keep together just based on just life, right?
Yeah.
How difficult is it now to have healthy friendships? Like, because, you know, niggas was outside. I'm assuming y'all was outside. I used to be outside. We used to everywhere. Now, I don't even want to go outside. Like, if it's not money related or if work or whatever, catch me inside. Yeah. So
you said how difficult is it?
So how difficult is it to stay, like, because sometimes I feel like I'm a bad friend, right? Like people reach out to me. I'm not a person that's gonna. First of all, I don't like calling. I don't like being on the phone unless it's something that needs to be discussed on the phone. Like text me. Do you think at this point in your life that you are a good friend or could be a better friend?
I could definitely be a better friend, but I think I'm a good one. I answer the phone for those who answer the phone for me.
I answer the phone all the time.
Okay, answering the phone. Are you calling? Like, are you the checkup person or are you the receiver?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously you have probably your small group of people that you check up on, but it's like, I'm sure you've been in situations where it's like you feel like you're the better friend than the person that's on the opposite end. Do you feel like you are that person now where you're not the better friend?
I mean, I think. Obviously, you're asking him, but I just want to say this.
No, for sure.
I think that it's hard to answer that question in one way because friendship, differentiate.
Varies.
Yeah,
you know.
I would say, I guess, if you had to generalize it, with your tighter friends, do you feel like you're doing a great job, or can you do better?
With me personally, I feel like I've definitely gotten a lot better over the last 2 years or so. With that being said, I mean, I always like to consider myself to be a really good friend. Mine is obviously not showing up to events and shit.
I'm working on it.
Hey, same.
But yeah, no, I've been very intentional with just trying to be there and be present a lot more. That was my 2022 or 23 resolution.
That was
22.
No. Yeah, 22.
Yeah, 22 was very intentional with just
being
showing up and being more present. But I like to consider myself somebody that's reliable. You can call me, talk to me about whatever, give advice, give input, whether it's business, whatever. We could talk, hang out with the kids, all of that. I'm down for all of that. But yeah, I got some flaws with me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we all do. I think I'm a good friend overall. I try to be present for most of the stuff that I'm invited to, baby showers, birthdays for the children.
No, you're a really good friend.
I try my best, but at the same time,
say that about nobody else. Everybody else,
you're a good friend too.
Everybody else, she's like,
can I get my flowers?
Walk says, yeah. Oh, you're great. She says 7 reallys. Really.
I'm saying,
well, guys, you're so on camera.
I did a no walk, and he was being a good friend to me. I don't do that type of stuff to everybody. We're not cool like that.
But the thing is, it's about energy, and I'm a very big proponent of energy. If I feel, if you
good vibe,
feel good vibes, I'm gonna gravitate towards that.
And I think that I'm gonna toot my own horn here since nobody else will.
No, you're a great friend.
Hey, I'm gonna go after.
It's not even about me being. Hey. Nah, but I think that I think you could.
No, you definitely
speak for
accumulate good energy, right? Where it's like your connection, the people you connect together seem to always
that's what I was
feel good. Like you ain't put me in put me in no bad situations. Like I don't really fuck with this person except one person, and I'm comfortable saying this person's name. I'm gonna say this fucking person's name. I don't care.
Oh wow.
What's that nigga's name? That fake manager nigga. You know what I'm talking about. I won't even say his name, but you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what he's doing right now as far as managing.
I don't fuck
But no,
with him.
you did feel away because of how he handled the situation. His name.
Immediately.
And he's actually a cool dude.
Not to me.
Barbette.
Yeah.
Barbette. But yeah, no, I totally get.
I did not
It's
like-
the way that he dealt with you
Yeah.
when he could have just been direct. It's like you played in my face.
Yeah, I don't fuck
When
with
you
that.
definitely said this and kept this energy, but then you switched it
And
up.
I'm
No, I get
comfortable
that.
saying that shit on camera because I ain't no fake ass nigga and I'll say that
No,
shit.
you
to your face. Like, I don't
stood
like
on
it.
that ever since then.
Ever since then. I don't like it. Don't come in my face being weird and saying weird shit behind my back. 'Cause I don't like it. Anyway, very good at
But
accumulating
even that,
good
like,
energy.
Let's be real. I didn't bring you around him in a friend setting.
No,
Right?
that
It
was definitely a business setting, and
You know?
yeah, that was bad business all the way around. But no, you definitely build great relationships, which is appreciated. Obviously, this whole thing is you, and you.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a sense of intentionality. Just feeling a vibe between everybody and being able to
And that's like
see how everybody fits in. And
that's something that I just struggle with because you know when you're younger, you just like, and the worst thing about being younger and having friends is when you're popping because you eat that shit up.
you have so many friends. But
Friends.
that's even
You
go ahead. You
eat
finish,
that
then I'm
shit
gonna go.
up. So you think that you got all these people, and none of these people. I would say a majority of these people don't have any real like aspiration to see you
Where you go.
go far or wherever. They're
But
just
even just to be a
around the hype.
solid rock and
Yeah, so
Corner.
I did. It took me a long time to kind of like figure out how to kind of like hash those people out. Am I the only one that?
I was guilty of that for a very long time. Like
Sometimes still.
You said sometimes still.
I
You know we can hear you on the mic.
Y'all can't, yeah.
if we can't hear you hear everything.
Oh
huh?
my goodness! But it was so subtle in the background, like sometimes still.
Fuck! I just lost my train of thought.
Mara ain't shit.
Damn. What were we just saying?
We were talking about like basically where you have those moments where you just kind of have to like.
Okay, so yeah. Honestly, 2 years ago, I was in therapy, and she said to me,
His therapist.
yeah, my therapist. She said to me, hey, like how many friends do you have in your circle? And I started going down,
Or her.
and I ended
No,
up on her.
That's
That's
That's wild.
just pull the dress down. It's like shit. You want this to be your friend? Nah. So
quick.
I'm literally like I'm going down a list of names. I gotta like speak clear as fuck for niggas like him. I'm going down a list of names, and I feel like I maybe got to let's say I didn't pass 10, but it was pretty close. To which she's like, "Oh wow, like so you have like 10 really, really, really good friends?" And I'm like,
He's like, man,
when you say really,
that's a lot of really.
yeah. You say really. So I was able to bring that name down to probably 5 max, and it's crazy because all 3 of you guys are involved in that.
I better be in that.
But,
shit.
Appreciate you, bro.
I think you remember because I definitely gave the call.
I better have
Yeah.
2 more reels in that.
No, I was just going through or whatever. But anyhow, it was that conversation where she's like, yo, like, the reality of the situation is, on average, like, people are lucky to have 1, if 2, really good friends for a lifetime.
Right.
So the fact that you have 4 or 5, like, you're really, really rich in friends. But I say that to say, like, I literally grew up where everybody was my friend, associates.
Yep.
And even now I catch myself, if I'm talking to Saja, it's like, no, we're friends. She's like, friends? Oh, no, associates. Like,
Right.
associate on Facebook or whatever. You be killing me with that, too. Amara don't be playing.
Mara's like, don't.
Look
Everybody
at her,
think
she's
you're
looking at
friends.
me still like,
Look at her
friends.
foot. Anxiety.
So yeah, I've struggled with being a popular kid and just feeling like everybody.
Boo-hoo.
And then even aside from that, it got even crazier when we start dealing with women because now,
You was
these
popular,
are my friends
bro.
too. It's
But
crazy.
it's that
I was
it's
popular
such a
for all the
gift
wrong
and-
reasons.
It's such a gift and a
Same.
curse because it's like, first off, especially when you're not. For me, somebody's not used to. When I started dancing, that's when I kind of like got popular. And I'm
Let's
like,
see a dance right now.
I love. Yeah, right. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, right. Fuck out of here.
It was just like, oh shit, like all these people fuck with me, like yeah. But then it was just like Do they really? Because I only see you niggas on the weekend. Like,
I think that's how I feel now. Like now, I'm really at the point where it's like, I mean, y'all. Not
y'all. I'm like, who?
People, just social media shit.
Like,
it's
lose
like,
my number, nigga.
Especially because it sounds even crazy saying this. I know y'all probably gonna eat me up, but like being somewhat like Facebook popular or whatever you want to call it. I was talking to you. You was like, yo, you really like when people hype you up or give you your props. And I told you, no. I like when people who really know me and know what I put in, the work that went into whatever, like, I'm cool with y'all hyping me up. I don't want the outsiders who don't really know. Because I get that all the time where people are just, yo, Trip, like, you don't fucking know anything. So, yeah, just being able to take a step back and realize, like, I mean, again, y'all are cool, but, like, it ain't what.
So we discussed friendship breakups. How would you categorize what, like, makes a good friend for you? Like what friend don't you want to break up with? What kind of, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a great question.
Yeah, no, that is a really good question. I think for me, an ideal situation when that's tough actually, because again, dynamics and friends differentiate. They offer different things. But I think a solid person is somebody who obviously wants to see you win, and is like really there for you.
Yeah.
Whether that's advice, holding you accountable. Things of that nature. Nun The Wizer. Somebody who's growing. Like, I don't know if anybody else can relate, but I can't be friends with somebody that's stuck where they're at. It's never gonna work.
I'm
okay with it. And like, you wake up on your day to day to do the same shit you've been doing the last 15 years.
So I'm gonna segue that question and add to it for this answer. What is a deal? No matter how close your relationship is, and you're like, what is a deal breaker? Where it's like, you know what, you can't be my friend if this is some shit you're on.
If you are, for me, it's like two things that's really, really like, okay, let me reevaluate this shit. If you're a deadbeat dad,
that's mine too.
I can't fuck with.
I don't fuck with
that shit. Like,
hold on. Yeah, no,
that's
seriously.
some shit where I'm gonna stop and be like, whoa.
Can't fuck with it.
And then the other thing is like, I can't get jiggy with someone who you're very much, or you lack the self-awareness to understand that, nigga, you're abusive as fuck. Like, you just kicking in.
But you would still be friends with them if they were abusive?
No,
he said that's the deal breaker.
He said if they lack awareness.
Oh, no. So,
I think that's a part.
Oh, well, this is a whole nother conversation that I think that we might be able to have, might not, whatever, however you guys feel. But like, somebody who's in a situation and shit went left and they got into a fight versus somebody who wakes up every single day angry at the world but takes it out on shorty and beats on her day in and day out. That's two totally different situations. So obviously context matters. And with that being said, here's the part where it starts to differentiate. If I catch wind that Joe Schmo was beating on his baby mama, and he calls me or she calls me like, yo, da-da-da-da just happened, it's my job as his friend to hold him accountable. Bro, what the fuck transpired?
That's a fact.
Okay. Like, nah, bro, you're out of line. After that point, once having that conversation, and then I go and I hear another situation, yeah, we don't really have much to talk about, bro. You're wilding the fuck out.
Yeah. You clearly have attributes that
I have
don't
a
align
cousin
with
that,
me.
I have a cousin that, no, I don't think anybody's in. They don't know this cousin.
Yeah.
I have a cousin that
the viewers might know too.
Say that again?
The viewers might know too. But.
No, they don't know either. They don't know either.
Okay.
Trust me, they don't know.
Okay.
They're not even going to put their relation together.
Okay.
But I have a cousin where a couple years ago, it was all over like social media with him threatening and literally like she had video after video after video. Him talking about he's going to kill her. He's going to crash the car. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You dumbass bitch. Just going hard as fuck. And I'm just like, I just stopped fucking with him after that. Yeah. We don't even, bro.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I don't think a conversation has to be had. Like at that point,
at that
like,
point, I didn't even find it necessary. I deleted her too because she would still keep going back. So it's like, y'all are doing this toxic shit.
I'm glad you said that because that's going to segue to my answer. So one, deadbeat dad, don't fuck with it. Can't do it. As someone that didn't have a dad, that's why I love you guys, because you guys are like fucking the hype men of your children's lives, and it's like, Yeah, I love that.
Shit, think about mine right now.
I mean?
That's.
But here's another one. You said accountability. I do not like people. It is tough for me to have conversations with people who are looking for solutions but never practice what the answers are. Like, you know what I mean? Like somebody's like, you're telling them over and over, and they'll do the same shit, and they come complaining to you about.
So they're not looking for solutions. They just want.
No. They're looking for. Solutions. But they're not implementing.
They're not. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, there's no implementation. That's the perfect word. There's no implementation of said solution. I'm not saying you got to follow my said solution.
Yeah, because I'm nobody.
I'm not one. Right. But it's like if you keep doing the same thing. What do they say? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting results.
Yeah.
Please don't come wasting my time telling me about how you got your ass beat again. In the case of what your conversation was. If you know what I mean, it's like, what are we doing? Don't do that. Don't do that. I already know what this laugh's about. But
I just looked over at Amar.
It's like at some point you gotta put some implementation into your life, and it's not always easy, right? Like, I always say I want to go to the gym, and then it's like the gym's right there. You know, like I get it, but it's like if it's really injuring your life that much, where you're putting your life in jeopardy, and you're willing to put your life in jeopardy, instead of just like, you know, trying to do something about it. It's like, what are we having a conversation about? Because one, at this point, I'm disliking your approach.
Yeah.
I'm actually angry with you. Yeah. And it's like, how do I...
Okay, but at the same time, right? Abuse victims, it's like Stockholm Syndrome. So even though you're telling them, hey, you need to leave them.
Abuse was my example. It doesn't have to necessarily be abuse. Because abuse is like, oh, I want to lose weight, but you keep eating fucking 4,500 calories a day. That's abuse.
Ain't no Stockholm.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And there's no Stockholm in there. It's like, do something. I know it's not easy.
Listen, because
I mean, I'm sure we all fall into that, but at the end of the day, it's like,
I want to address what she's saying because, like, I understand that, but you got to understand, like, if you're constantly running to your friends, your family, your mom, crying about this man abusing you and doing all of these things, and then every single time, because let's be real, people be giving resources, they give you a place to stay, they give you a shelter, they do this, they do that, you keep going back. At what point, or is there ever a point where your friends are allowed to say, hey, respectfully, I've tried to help you. I've gave you several different resources. Until you're ready to separate yourself from that fully, we can't be friends.
But I think that there's a difference between a friend break up with them and, hey, I'm just going to give you your space because I cannot handle this. I'm going to go to jail behind this, okay? Do you get it? No? All right. So you let me know when you do, okay? If you need my help, you call me.
That sounds like semantics to me.
It does.
Yeah.
It's not semantics because at the end of the day,
cutting the friendship off for the time being.
For the time being. But again, if you need me and you feel like you really want to go and you need a way out, you can call me.
Call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
No?
Well, I think the same. Deadbeat dad.
What is your... Okay, so deadbeat dad.
Deadbeat dad, and I think just an extremely selfish person. They only hit you up, like I said, I think in the first half of this, they only hit you up when they need something. It's never a, hey, how are you? It's never a like, yo, just checking in on you and the kids. How's things going? Blah, blah, blah. It's always like, yo, bro. Or they hit you up and it's like a, how are you? But you know they're leading into an ask. Right? So it's like, yo, what's up, bro? Like,
give us another one, because you did say the same exact thing.
This one, though?
So basically what you did was you switched. I think the first episode, the part one of this, you expressed what are red flags to look at. Right?
Yes.
So now you're saying...
Yeah, okay. So the deadbeat dads, I have to piggyback on that because, it's trash. Damn, what's the other ones?
Just a total deal breaker. You're like, you know what? I'm just not even going to deal with this shit. I mean, selfishness is up there for me.
No, I agree with selfishness.
Murderer.
A murder?
I can
y'all can,
I know
I can't. Listen, let's talk about
we
this,
might could know a few.
With some of the things that I've been watching, I think that's a great segue.
What the fuck you watching?
Bro, and I'm gonna tell you because I think that you would like. I've been watching Genius MLK/X on
It's out.
Disney. That shit.
It's good.
It's triggering.
I gotta watch it.
It's triggering as fuck. It's about Malcolm X and
No, but what is it called?
Genius MLK/X.
Okay.
And it talks about, obviously we know them for their movements, right?
Yeah.
But we hardly ever fully understand that there was hella people around them. There was rooms like this where you're Malcolm X or MLK,
Why gotta
and
be
there's
MLK?
people, whoever, they both died, so it's not a good situation.
That's fair.
Yeah. Touche.
Well, damn, fuck it, JFK.
Yeah.
Oh shit, him too.
Oh my god.
Nah, but so listen,
That's wild.
but all jokes,
Yeah.
Yo,
my fault.
there was a lot of dying in the 60s.
All jokes aside, though, I've been
Jesus.
watching these shows and they're definitely triggering. But I say that to say, like, murdering somebody because, I don't know, give me a good reason.
Self-defense.
That's literally the best one.
Absolutely.
Somebody crosses a boundary for you, they violate you, you have to handle yourself, you know, correctly.
Accordingly.
I mean, I would definitely be.
I can deal with
found
that,
another
right?
one.
But now I can't fuck
hold on to
with
that.
Yep.
my mans that walked into fucking Walmart and shot up 50 people. I'm not fucking with that.
Yeah, the free
Oh,
the
so
free
you're saying
him shit is
context
crazy.
matters.
Yeah, context,
Context
matters.
absolutely matters.
Yeah. For sure.
Especially with like murder or something like that. That's crazy.
All right, so what is your other one?
I got another one too.
If I have a friend that's a pedophile,
Yep.
Yeah, crazy.
Pedophile and
crazy.
rape.
Yeah,
Not
pedophile.
Pedophile and rape is crazy. Absolutely. Do not come over with that shit.
And if it's not a fake rape allegations as well. If you blame somebody for something like that
And they
didn't do that for whether it's sympathy or whatever it is,
That's
cut
Well,
off.
lying. So let's call that lying.
Yeah.
But that's like egregious lying.
Yeah, it's definitely egregious,
Yeah.
Because lying, like
Because
a white
I can deal with a
yeah,
line.
yeah,
I have
yeah,
plenty
no.
of line.
Yo, I'm down the
Nah,
street,
'cause
but
you
I didn't leave the
can't-
crib yet.
Yeah.
Let's not. Lying is lying, right?
No.
Nah. So
I
again,
agree.
when we're talking
There's definitely a
about,
spectrum.
Well, yeah, but when we're talking from a friend dynamic, if you start to witness and see your friend lying, you got a motherfucking problem.
That's true.
You got a problem.
That's what. Yeah, that's true.
When it gets to the point where you have to stop and question we talked about this. Oh shit, no, it was a conversation I had the other day with Jeezy and Scoobs, which I think you know Scoobs, right?
Yeah, no scoops.
We talked about that where it's like, yo, once you say a couple things to me and I know for a fact you lied about that, now I question
Everything.
every
Everything you
fucking
say.
thing that you say.
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah. Especially if you're doing like I'm cool with you lying. Just don't lie to me. Cause
Nah.
I can't. Because if they start lying to
That's
other
what I'm
people,
saying.
they're
'Cause
gonna
if you could lie to someone else,
Yeah.
it then starts to change where it's like,
I definitely
so
agree
I
with
agree
that.
with what you're saying.
You feel what I'm
too,
saying? Like I'm not because everyone
it-
lies.
Yeah.
But it's like how like if you're just lying about shit for the sake of lying, then it's like, all right, I definitely got to question everything you're saying.
Right. And
Well, actually, maybe it depends on the lie.
The lie
I was
matters.
gonna
That's
say
what I
the
was about to say.
severity of the
matters.
lie.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
if
what I
you're
said.
lying
There's a
and
spectrum.
saying that
Yeah.
your favorite color is purple, but it's really red.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
okay,
like
you're just
like
crazy.
don't tell me that you sold drugs and you got shot before.
Oh yeah.
I think they're trying to be cool.
I don't give a
Yes,
fuck how
but
cool you're trying to be. That's
nigga,
weird.
But yeah,
First of all-
that is weird.
Any nigga that felt like they had to lie to me about shit like that is just crazy because like I get
'Cause
it.
one is like, what light do you see me in?
I was just about to say yes.
He did
I
that.
feel like I moved a certain type of way, but like it just was never that deep to portray yourself to be
That's a fact.
that type of way. I don't know. It's just weird to me. But yeah,
I always appreciate the fact because I feel like I'm like the square of this group when it comes to like growing up. Like y'all was definitely into way more shit than I was. I was like
people don't even
Then you guys
know
were all
the fucking
heathens.
have.
No, I don't call
can't
you
wait to
heathens,
tell
but
the
it's like
story,
like I was
because
15 still playing with Pokemon cards, and this nigga
Right.
was like on house arrest. So it's like we're clearly not on the same. Like
Yeah,
and I'm
we
totally
was on the
fine
same
with
wavelength
that.
because
Yeah.
even what he was on house arrest for.
Yeah,
Shit,
I don't even
he was
know.
just
Yeah,
kicking
we don't even have to
indoors.
get into that. But I'm just saying, like the dynamic's so different. Like I grew up with my grandparents. No, my grandmother wasn't playing that shit.
See, my grandmother was a gangster.
My grandmother was too, and that's
see,
fine.
that's
My grandmother was in the backyard smoking the weed with us.
But she raised like
That's
out of,
what
out of the 3 grandkids she raised, like
Yeah.
she was the hardest on me.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Because it was
Gotcha.
like the other 2, they was just doing what the fuck they wanted to do,
Yeah.
and they was y'all.
What was the question you just asked though? Because I want to ask them too.
So Fuck the question. I gotta ask this question. Okay. If you have a friend breakup, do I have to break up with your friends that you connected me with?
Oh, goddamn.
No. I think
because it's like if y'all broke up,
I feel like you
can I still come to the Friendsgiving? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
I would feel weird. Okay, I think that two things can be true at once. Okay?
Really? Yes. Tell me more.
I feel like on one hand,
let me know if y'all can hear Amara too.
I feel like on one hand, if you break up with Dell, not break up with Dell. If I stop being friends with Dell and you stop talking to me, I'm like, this nigga's fake as fuck. This nigga was never my friend.
Yeah. Saying me, I'm fake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. That would be how I would feel. But at the same time, Del might feel like because you're going to my Friendsgiving, you're fake as fuck.
Yeah.
So where does that leave me?
But I feel like it depends on. So even if Del introduced you to Amara,
right,
and you guys then like began a relationship apart from him, then I feel like it's fine. Okay. If your relationship only exists when Del's there,
right,
and then you still continue that, then I feel like it's not.
That's weird.
But if it's like,
no, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that. So
I'm
based on our friendship now. If y'all broke up today, can I go to Friendsgiving on?
No, yeah, you guys can still do your thing.
He's definitely lying.
He's definitely
definitely call you the ops.
I understand. I'm gonna still talk my shit. Don't get me wrong.
So you really go into that shit?
I'm gonna talk my shit.
Word.
Because that's what I do.
She burnt the potatoes.
And I think that people right. You know, your ass can't cook. I bet you ain't nobody light no fireworks.
But never have a friend like me ever.
Unfortunately, the type of person that I am like a very loyal person. So yes, ideally, like for example, there was a situation where I stopped being cool with somebody. I do expect, especially when they wrong me, for you to take a stand, especially when you don't fuck with them like that.
So that matters. Your expectation is for my allegiance to lie with the creator of the friendship.
No. So for that dynamic, yes. For
the person who wronged the relationship.
For me, all right, leave the wrong, because again, is how you've been wrong relevant to our relationship?
I mean, again, I'm not going to speak about that situation, but again, the type of person that I am, when you were wronged by somebody.
Oh, here we go.
Nah, because
you were already feeling that way.
Yeah,
you already had your own thing.
I was, but you weren't when me and that person had a situation.
That's true.
And
I was trying to, I was
just as offended. Like, bro, what the fuck? You didn't stop being friends, but it definitely was like.
But I definitely felt the way.
But
absolutely.
He's holding his friend accountable. But he's still friends with his friend.
So yeah, for me, like I said, y'all dynamic, I'm cool with y'all still being cool. I expect that. Now, if we talking about somebody else,
we're not.
We're not.
I done got cussed out. He said, "You better not fucking go today."
I don't know. That's how I
did not
move.
go
like,
that day.
If you cross my friend, I don't know.
It's tough, right?
Now I'm thinking about it.
So
like,
they have to be in the know.
If y'all two got into it.
I'm not gonna expect you not to, like, first off, y'all been friends way longer than me. But even with, I'll use myself as an example. I hate it when you guys didn't talk to each other. I hated it.
Yeah.
Which is why I try so hard to make sure y'all niggas talked again.
Yeah.
It's like,
it said, how do I get out of this?
And honestly, obviously, y'all had y'all thing, but I never felt disrespect from either one of y'all. Y'all both felt hurt about the entire situation. You could pretend that you wasn't hurt, but I could read between the lines.
Right.
There was definitely like a frustration where it's
no, definitely.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I'm joking.
But it was never a disrespect where it was like, fuck that nigga. Like, he's never came to be like, fuck him, or you obviously never. To me, I'm not saying he didn't say it. I'm saying he didn't say it to me. Right. So, you know what I mean? Like, and I respect it, because clearly my question was always, how important is the friendship?
Yeah.
Is the friendship beyond repair, or is it because of something?
Yeah.
So like, but if you're out here just being,
it's hard being in the middle.
It's the worst thing being in the middle.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying
to. You know what? you being in the middle might lead you to be out.
Yeah, no. Then all of a sudden they still friends.
Right.
How the fuck did this
Yeah,
happen?
I think being in the middle is far better than picking a side.
Well, I would say this. I'm the best Switzerland you'll ever find.
Mm-hmm. I'm neutral as fuck.
But that's a problem for some people.
It's definitely difficult. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Well,
some people don't accept that.
Again,
they gonna have to
the
tell
friend
you that.
dynamic, like when you are grown as fuck and you really understand the dynamic of things, you can't expect for. That's why I said, like, although I said what I said to you regarding that situation, after the first time, I didn't ask you to not go again.
Yeah, no,
like,
you didn't.
I knew what the fuck is up. You have a relationship with him. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me being mature. Now, again, me being me as well, I'm gonna talk my shit because it's fucking funny.
Talk the shit.
It's fun to do.
And I'm the same way. I have a lot of pettiness in me. So it's like, yeah, I mean, the mature part of me and the part that I'm probably going to express to the outside world is going to be like, yeah, I understand. But when I get into it with the niggas that also feel the way I do, I'm lighting your motherfucking ass up. And rightfully so.
I feel like talking shit makes things so much like better.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Because what am I going to do?
Yeah,
I can't beat you up.
Make like,
Can you beat my ass though?
So that's a little too far now.
So all right. So I feel like you have to answer that question too. Somebody remind me what
is it easier to be in the middle or is it easier to pick a side?
Yeah.
I can't say what's easier. I can say I would pick either one depending on what happened.
Why is it relevant? Because as someone that doesn't have anything to do with it.
Right, because if they wronged you and you were their friend at one point, depending on how severe that wrong was, what stops them from doing that to me?
That's true.
That's fair, but I think that's also a little. I'm trying to think of the word. I think like you're adding like maybe no one wronged anyone.
Like for example, if if dudes, it's a group of guys that are all cool, and one of the guys in that group robs this one. What means he won't rob?
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I think that's kind of like
it's a bit extreme, but but at the same time, it's like, I mean, how bad?
I'm just saying, all right. For instance, like somebody got into an argument over something that was, in reality, it's like y'all niggas should get over that.
Yeah.
So how relevant is that to the friendship for you?
If it's petty, then it's not.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So let's just say it's a petty argument. They're not talking.
Hotspot?
Yeah, but I'm using it.
Yeah. I'll throw them.
I think I have some.
And can we wrap up the actual podcast
so we can
recording, and then we can just do the rest on live for a little bit.
That's fine. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is another episode of the Nun The Wizer podcast. I am here with some of my favorite people on the planet. We got, again, the head honcho.
I don't know what this is.
Trip. That nigga said, hey. Audio extraordinaire to my left, Mr. Podcast Poe. The camera queen holding down the cameras, Miss Amara, and of course your man's Walkstradamus.
You gotta do something. Like, we all did some weird shit. You gotta.
Nigga, I'm me. That being here is enough.
That was weird.
What are you talking about, guys? Come on. You guys want to be weird. Hey. But anyway, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Make sure that you comment, subscribe, like, and give us all the feedback that you can possibly give us on what we could do better. And if you have any responses or commentary on our on our topic of the day, please feel free to reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube for sure, because that's where the videos go.
That's right.
Y'all know I'm super messy. I just want to know what's y'all favorite way to break up with people, like
relationships, friendships,
goals.
Like, yeah. What you doing?
Confrontational. Y'all like to beat ass? Like, get straight to it. Let me know in the comments.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you have a great night.